Look, I know what you're thinking. Why is this dipshit uploading a Foodie Beauty video just after a barrage of Anne Boleyn text messages have been leaked by friend of the channel, Rachel?
So you, Rachel, sit on and spin.
Hello.
Well, don't worry, we'll get to that nonsense in due course. In the meantime, I thought it would be nice to cover a little palate cleanser, so to speak, from everyone's favourite nurgling, Chantal. So gather round, folks, and let me tell you a story about Foodie Beauty's blown out ring piece and a sink full of spew. If you're eating, I highly recommend you stop, because this might get a little colourful. Just like the humble sloth climbing down from its tree only to shit, Chantal is known to, from time to time, get off her own high horse and spray her audience with tales of bowel movements and other bodily functions. We've heard this woman shit her pants live on camera multiple times in the past, so Foodie Beauty is no stranger to a fecal mishap.
Oh no. I had a bit of an accident in my pants. So I had to clean up and change. When I coughed, something happened, so.
Hey, Sam. Sorry, my...
So Sam apparently agreed with you.
This is gorgeous. Thank you. I love it. I love it. It's like velvet.
Red velvet.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, there we go. She sat there and she sharted her pants.
In a live stream titled, Hope the Internet is Better, Chantal regaled us with her nightly bum crimes. Apparently, some Syrian chicken and a handful of spoiled olives wrought havoc on Chantal's gutty works, causing her to visit the toilet more frequently than normal. At one point, she felt some leakage from her rear end, only to discover that some of her personal slurry ventured out onto the bed sheets without her knowing.
And actually what woke me up was leaking from my backside, like onto the bed. Like it just came out. It was so watery that it just came out on the bed. Like I had no control of my bowels.
Reassuring us that none of it got on Salah, I bet he was gutted. Chantal then began a long, detailed, nightmarish story of pestilence. According to her, she woke up in the night with a dry mouth, rushed to the toilet as fast as her getaway sticks would carry her, and unfortunately didn't make it in time. She stopped at the kitchen sink and filled it with vomit, so thick and chunky that it refused to drain. While doing so, she felt a little bit of splashing on her legs, and came to the conclusion that her sluice gate had opened simultaneously. After leaving a generous 2-course meal, casserole in the sink, and chocolate gâteau for dessert on the floor, Chantal did the only logical thing. She threw a towel down on the shit, left the vomit in the sink, fashioned herself a makeshift diaper from cat pee pads, and went back to bed. I know it sounds like an episode of Bottom, but I'm not kidding, that's literally what she did.
Statistically, that's really quite phenomenal, isn't it?
Not for an ugly fat bastard like you.
Unfortunately, the details of this incident somehow get more harrowing when Chantal described the cleanup. By the time she got out of bed, the vomit in the sink had hardened into a gelatinous mass, and she had to use a kitchen ladle to arduously scoop it into the toilet. And yes, I'm sure you're going to ask if she threw away the ladle. Of course she fucking didn't. She washed it and put it back. So next time Salah's family pop round for a fattoush or a muhammara, Chantal will be using her famous puke ladle to serve it. Yummy. With regards to the puddle of poo on the floor, I'm assuming most of the actual detritus was quickly lapped up by Salah when he woke up. However, Foodie noted towards the start of the livestream that she needed to figure out how she would wash the towels, which means that this honking pig sat on livestream for over 4 hours while a pile of poo-coated towels festered somewhere nearby, waiting to be washed. So after a night of expulsion from Syria's resident bubonic bison, it begs the question, what does that place smell like? Between the festering folds and projectile poo, Salah and his neighbours must be living in a perpetual miasma of muck. I know Salah thrives in that sort of atmosphere, but Allah bless the poor individuals who are being assaulted through the air vents by this honking woman's pong. Anyway, I am leaving Syria again for the time being and going back to my Anne Boleyn script. I know it's all kicking off with our Wisconsin Wolverine, but whatever you do, don't expect some deep examination from my channel. I'm working on something a bit daft, so if you want to hear nuanced thoughts about the 77 pages of abuse, then you should go to Rachel's original video, or the Ankle's 4+ hour reaction, or Pulpy Syntax's live streams. If you want a handful of dumb jokes about that awful abusive ass clown, then please stay tuned for my next video. Okay, love you, bye!